So we have the terms of movement. We have the protraction. Now, have you heard of chest out? So when you are doing your chest out, that is protraction, and when you are doing your chest in, that is retraction. And whenever you can see someone, you have to stretch your neck in order to see that person or that object or obstacle. That is protraction. And when you withdraw it back, we now call it what? Retraction. So movements anteriorly as in protecting the scapula. I'll show you diagram to better explain all this thing. Moving dorsally as in retracting the scapula. So we have O position. During O position, in standing the anatomical position, the thumb is always in opposite direction to the phalanges. The thumb is always in opposite direction to the phalanges. That is opposition. So in elevation, whenever you hear elevation, up, 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 superiorly, 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 up. I've heard of the spine of the elevation leads to the formation of the acromion. So that is what we call a bone that divides the scapula into two equal parts, into superior and inferior parts. That bone is called the spine, and when it moves superiorly, we now call it what? The elevation of the spine. This now leads to the formation of the acromion joints. So you have depression to move inferiorly. So a depression in a bone means it have entered inside, it have moved inferiorly. That is called depression. Elevation superiorly, depression to move inferiorly. Rotation to move the body or extremity around a longitudinal axis. So we have the lateral. So the lateral is actually similar to the abduction. A, B, D. The abduction, abnormal. The abduction. Lateral is similar to it. So lateral, in lateral rotation, we are moving the body away from the median plane. Remember, the median plane, the mid-sagittal plane, or the median sagittal plane, they are all the same thing. And what are they? They are lines that cause the body into two equal parts. They are imaginary lines, no, they are not real. They are imaginary lines that divide the body into two equal left and right parts. So they rotate the joint externally away from the median plane. So medial. So when you said something is medial, it's rotating towards the median plane. Lateral outward the median plane. Example, we have the eye and the ear. Remember that median plane are plane that's the imaginary plane that cause the body into two equal left and right parts, and they start from the what? The head to the what? The tail. So example, we have the eye and we have the ear. The eye is said to be more medial and the ear is said to be more lateral. How? Medial means anything that is closer to the midline or the median plane, while lateral is anything that is away. So when you look at the eye and look at the ear, the eye is more closer to the midline, so you say it is more medial, and the eye and the ear is what? More far away when compared to the eye to the midline. So you now say what is lateral. So you not say the eye is more closer in anatomy, you say it is what? Medial. So we have inversion. Inversion, also called supination. So rotate the medial body of the foot superiorly. I'll show you. You understand this with diagram. Also called supination. It's also called supination, inversion or supination. So we have inversion, also called what? Pronation, to rotate the lateral body of the foot superiorly. I'll show you this in diagram so you understand better. So rotate the lateral body of the foot superiorly. So we have hypertension. When you extend beyond human range, or when you extend beyond normal range, you see this was, it is hypertension. When you are extending beyond your normal range, you say this was hyper means anything high. I've heard of hyperglycemia and hypoglycemia. So in biochemistry, hyperglycemia means we have more sugar level, and hypoglycemia means we have less. So anytime you hear the word hyper, meaning it is always too much, it is always more than expected. So you have dorsiflexion. The toes are brought closer to the shin. This decreases the angle between the ankle and the leg. Dorsiflexion, it decreases the angle between the ankle and the leg. So we have plantar flexion. The toes are away to the shin. It increases the angle between the ankle and the leg. So when something increases the angle between the ankle and the leg, we call it plantar flexion. And when something decreases the angle between the ankle and the leg, we call it what? Dorsiflexion. Remember, dorsiflexion, we are decreasing the angle between the ankle and the leg. And in plantar flexion, we we are increasing the angle between the ankle and leg. I'll show you all this with the diagram. So look at adduction and look at abduction. Remember, abduction, the word abduction means you are moving away, abduction to the median body. So imagine if you stand in anatomical position. So stand in anatomical position. So look at where this arm is moving to. So look at where your palm is moving to. Your palm is pointing towards this direction. So whenever it's pointing towards this direction, this is what abduction, because what it is moving towards the median line. It's moving towards the, so if you stand in an anatomical position, you observe that in abduction we are moving away from the median line. Remember, the median line cuts the body into two equal parts, and it is, we also call it what, the median sagittal plane. So we are moving towards the median line in abduction. So that's why we call it what, abduction. And when we are moving away from the median line, that's what we call it what, abduction.